Hey, what's up everyone? This is Alex and I'm going to just put a little intro on top of this video. It's been 2 weeks since I filmed most of the footage that you're about to watch, and I just felt like after looking at the footage again 2 weeks later, I want to put a little information at the beginning of this video so that people understand what the video is about. This video is mainly just going to be documenting my journey switching from Poison Multi-Strike Pathfinder to Crit Reap Pathfinder, basically I'm just calling it Ben's Pathfinder. It was quite the journey, filled with ups and downs, and I think the really big spoiler I should just say right away is that it worked out well, and it's a good build. So now that I am on the other end 2 weeks later, and I'm having a great time with this build, I'm just gonna tell you guys that this is not gonna be a build video and like what to do with this build. I'm gonna make a whole separate video now that I'm successful with this build, and it's gonna be coming out after this video, and it's gonna be like, hey, if you want to do Ben's build and you want to do it like more on a budget, you don't have mirrors, here's how to get started. And like the little tips and tricks that I learned along the way. That Ben's video he put out was like 10 minutes, and half of it is him just like woohooing. And anyway, so that's all I want to say, and now we're going to jump into me talking about my goals and all this other stuff you'll see. So, thank you. So listen, Kirek, I see you've been staring at Lily all day. Let's make a deal. I'm out of missions. I could really use some more. What if I set you guys up on a date? What do you think? Just kidding. All right, so guys, I made a video yesterday, and I told you guys about my Pathfinder here, my Molten Strike Pathfinder, and I mentioned that I was going to be changing out the build. I really like this build, but I saw another build that just, really caught my eye. It's like that meme. What is that? Like the guy with the girlfriend looking at the other girl or something. Yeah, there's a guy named Ben. He made a build this league. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kind of like what I want to do with this build. Very tanky, does pretty good damage, but most importantly, very tanky because I suck at the game. And I like to just stand there and get hit by the hardest guys in the game and not die. So I mentioned in that video this went pretty well. I was able to beat every Uber other than Uber Maven. And I feel like if I want to try to take down Uber Maven while playing terribly, that my best chance is, Ben's Pathfinder that he built, which is a crit Reap Pathfinder. So it's very expensive for me, and I'm also a very new player. This is my second league I've played. We're about a month in or probably, man, are we getting close to 2 months? Oh my gosh, maybe a month and a half. Anyway, I've been assembling the parts I need, and I'm at that point now. I don't know if you guys have been there before, where like if you didn't build a new character, you don't really have anything else to play, and you get a little bit nervous about trying to assemble the new guy, because if you brick it, do something wrong, don't have the right piece, then you just can't play anything at all. And if you need more currency to try to buy some more parts that you're missing to make it work, you can't map or whatever to generate currency, right? Or maybe you wouldn't be able to play heist because your guy wouldn't be strong enough, or you couldn't play Toda or whatever, right? So I'm in that nervous spot, but I feel confident where I'm ready to go. And I also want to bring up my 3 goals of the league. Goal number 1 was to beat every Uber in the game. I mentioned I've almost done that. Goal number 2 is to get a Mage Blood, and goal number 3 was to hit level 100. So I have not gotten a Mage Blood yet, and I'm level 98, which is pretty dang close. So in today's video, I am going to literally buy a Mage Blood just for the sake of saying I did it, and then I'm just going to sell it again and say that I did it. Check a box, and I'm pretty dang close on the other ones, as I mentioned. So how am I going to get a Mage Blood? Well, first of all, I've got a pretty good amount of things for sale right now. I also have 140 Divine, well, a little bit more if you count my Chaos and other things, but we'll just say 140 Divine. But most importantly, I have my gear I'm wearing right now, this stuff. And it's worth quite a bit. I mean, the really quick things to just say is there's 12 or 14 Divine here on a shield. There's another 14 here on Nimitz ring. These are really fast things to sell. There is about 60 Divine right here on this multi-strike, and another 22 here, and I think that what's something else over here. I think Anomalous Blood Rage was like going for 10. So quite a bit of currency there. Now, I looked at Mage Blood earlier today, and I didn't make a deal with myself about which Mage Blood. And the cheapest Mage Blood is fine with me because I'm just going to resell it. And the one that's only does two flasks, they're going for about 140 to 150. So that's what I'm going to buy. And I'm going to start selling this stuff now. I have a list. Why don't I tell you guys, hopefully this doesn't feel like a waste of time for you guys, but I'm going to literally just give you an estimate of what I'm expecting to sell my gear for. So we'll have an idea of how much I have to look at the next build. So, okay, I've got a spreadsheet. You guys won't see it, but I'll show you as I'm going. So I've got my dagger here. I'm hoping to get around 10 for my dagger. I have my shield. I mentioned, let's see, 12. That's like the low end. I could easily sell for 12. Blizzard current. Oh, sorry. Cloak of Flame robe, about 5 divine for this one. Maybe it'll be 4, maybe it'll be 3, but it's in that ballpark. My crown, I looked and there's just not a lot of, literally no one has one that has the 10 physical damage from hits taken as fire, and the Molten Strike at the same time, which is, you need to have those two things. So I'm thinking 10. There were some people that had like 8 and 9 physical damage taken as fire, and they were selling it for like 6. So and they had worse other things on it. So I think might be maybe 10, maybe it's gonna be 8, maybe it's gonna be 6. I'm going for 10. My All's Uprising is basically worth nothing. I'm just gonna keep it. My Nimitz I mentioned is like 14. My ring is really good. There was literally no one selling one with Onslaught, and even Herald of Agony has increased buff effect, which is strange to me. And not only do I have that, but I also have the elemental damage and negative fire damage. That's not a big deal, the fire damage, but the elemental damage with attack skills is really good. So I'm going to try to get 10 for this. I might be in the clouds. It might be more like 5. Gloves. These gloves are also pretty decent. I've got a lot of attack speed on them. I have suppression on them. I have a nice chaos roll and targets pierce additional. So I'm guessing from when I shopped that I could probably also get about 10 for these gloves. Boots. My boots are even better than my gloves. Apparently it's pretty hard to get the +2 to maximum fire resistance. And now that I'm thinking about that, I think I remember rolling for that, and it was not easy. And I think I spent quite a bit to even get these boots. So when I shopped for something even close, it was hard to find anything even close. So I'm thinking 20, and I might even need to talk to my buddy, and he might tell me to go even higher. Moving on, my belt. I don't remember my belt being so good, but when I shop for something like this, the closest thing was like 125 divine. So I'm gonna try throwing it up for 100 and see what happens. But I didn't know it was that good. Maybe it isn't, and I'm just missing something. The gem in my belt is looks like it goes for around 2 to 3, and I have a Watcher's Eye that I already put up for sale today right here, and it has perfect rolls on attack speed with precision and damage from hits taken as physical, taken as fire, and it also has the Malevolence roll on top of that. So this is like really, really good. I've had this up for sale for 200 divine. I don't know if anyone will ever buy it, but that's where I put it because it's very difficult to find something like that. And then I also have a Lethal Pride that I'm going to put up for 4 divine, and all of that adds up to about 400 divine. Now, if you take out the Watcher's Eye, that's about 200 divine. That's a little bit more realistic, and it's over 100 divine very realistically from just the gear. So that's a good start on top of the 140 I have in my hand. Now, also I mentioned I have a lot of gems, so I already pointed some of them out, but I'm just going to tell you the total value of what I think I can sell my gems for, and this is very reasonable because gems just sell, as a lot of you know. So I'll have about 113 divine in gems. So if you take a conservative 100 divine from my gear, take the 100 plus, we're just basic math, 200 more divine in the stuff I'll sell. So let's take a look. On top of that, I already have a lot of the pieces. I've been buying stuff up. So I already have a Perfect Taste of Hate. I haven't T4 Hillocked it yet. I already have a Defiance of Destiny, and you have to have the gain 42% of missing on reserve life. So this is really expensive. I think this is like 14 divine. Have that. I have a lightning coil that's not what I want. He had a +2 and a +1, or 2 +2s. The guy Ben that did the guide. This isn't the end of the world. I also have another one here that I put up for a high price that rolled double implicit in the temple with reduced chaos damage. So I'll probably wear this if I'm ready. But I was just hoping someone would come through, and in fact, I'm the lowest at 80 divine right now. But there wasn't anyone that had something like this for sale. So I just put it kind of high, hoping someone would come through for it. So I also have a lot of really expensive stuff. I got Divergent Inspirationals, got Divergent Inspiration Support, Awaken Spell Cascade. This is really expensive. Awaken Spell Echo, also very expensive. Anomalous Increased Duration Support, expensive. Awaken Elemental Focus Support. Yep, pretty much all these gems I have over here are pretty expensive. Assassin's Mark, Anomalous Cast when damage taken support, Purity of Ice, that probably wasn't expensive. Grace, not expensive. Petrified Blood, Anomalous Withering Step, this may have been. Divergent Righteous Fire, I think this was a little bit pricey. I have a Watcher's Eye, it's not great. I'm going to be shopping for a different one, but the things I want, it seems like the floor is about 30 divine, with them going up into the hundreds pretty quickly, so I'll keep my eye out for that. I have a Rational Doctrine here. This is a pretty good one. It has some pretty nice rolls there with increased spell damage, increased area effect. I think I paid 20 something divine for this. Have a Melding of the Flesh, and so yeah, I still have a lot of shopping to do, but I have a really good, a lot of the money is already here. Sorry. I also have a Reap that is already ready to go. Let's see, 2120, it's somewhere here. Oh, it's right here, 2120 Reap. And I had a couple more that I whiffed on the temple, but yeah, so I actually had hit a 2120 Vol Reap, I think it was. Yeah, I think I had a 2120 Anomalous Vol Reap in the temple. I sold it for 35 divine. I've been selling a lot of these Bottled Faiths to help generate currency as well, so I should have enough to really jump in. But what my big problem is going to be getting the weapons. It's a dual weapon. You can take, I'll have the POE from the guy from Ben in the description, but it's just a really expensive build, and I can cheap out, but I can also try to do my best. So I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna cut the video here and come back after I've done some more shopping and have the guy built up. All right, one of the goals of the league is it's here. It's the Mage Blood, and as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be any particular Mage Blood. It's the worst one. I paid 135 divine, and now my bank account is empty. But I have it, and now I'm going to sell it, and I have proof that I had it. I'm just throwing an update here for my video. Got some pretty good progress. I would say, I don't know, 3/4 of the way to being done. Yeah, so we've got gloves, not crafted yet, but the base is here. Boots, crafted, very good. Look at this, guys. 20% chance to avoid elemental ailments. Ben had 23. 20 is fine because Ben was actually over the 100%. 6% increased action speed. That's perfect. That's what we want. 88 max life. Could have had 89, whatever. 13 chance to suppress spell damage. Could have got 14. Exalt hit. This increased armor and evasion. That was just the randomness. We Veiled Chaos, the increased movement speed. Got the perfect chance to avoid elemental ailments. 30% from the essence we used, and then I believe the onslaught also came from the Veiled Chaos, so that's kind of cool that we got that. Could have got more movement speed, but this is fine. Now the really nice thing is that when we do this build, we have to hit even amounts of intelligence and strength, and because of the way this landed on the craft, we don't need to craft movement speed. We can craft intelligence on, which we can now be flexible, which can hit that. Was it natural doctrine? I don't remember. Let me look here. I'm such a noob with all this stuff. It's this rational, not national. Rational doctrine. So we want to hit perfectly even amounts of strength and intelligence. And now that we have these boots with craftable intelligence, we should have a much easier time of just rolling on the bench for intelligence at different tiers. That we'll know exactly how much we need, and should make our lives a lot easier. So we have this done. The lightning coil is done, but it's not a great one. I could get a lot better. I just don't have quite the currency I want to go a lot better at the moment. Helm done. Has the damage taken as lightning and also as fire, with reservation, efficiency, and suppress, and cast speed, and the grace enchant. It's like really good, so that's great. Amulet is done other than needing to do some catalysts on it. And I now have 2 10% double damage scepters. Neither one of them have anything other than that, but these are like 4 divine just for the base, so they're pretty annoying, and it's going to cost, I don't know, maybe 50 divine or something more to try to craft one at a time. So it might cost me 100 divine total to craft 2. Just my guess at the moment. All the flasks are now set up. They're exactly the flasks I needed. I do want a T4 Hillock, this Taste of Hate, since it's perfect. Yeah, and then I have some gems here that need to be going into the gear that I finished, and I'm still missing, I feel like I'm missing some gem somewhere, and I'm definitely missing a couple jewels because I want to end up hitting one that's a corrupted blood cannot be inflicted. I still need to get a cluster jewel and a couple other jewels. There's some jewel stuff I still need to do, but I'm in a good place, and I sold off a lot of my stuff. So now I was down to like 80 divine at one point, and now I'm back at 250-ish, because I just sold my multi-strike, my awakened multi-strike, and my awakened GMP. So that's very helpful. I still have a decent chunk of these bottled faiths, and I'm generating more of them to sell to make more currency. And I still have some big boy stuff like this Watcher's Eye, which is, I don't know if I'll ever sell it. It's worth a lot, but maybe no one needs it. And some of my older gear, that's, a lot of the stuff's like at least a divine or more. Yeah, so I have a lot of stuff for sale still that's worth decent currency. It just might not be stuff that people want. But if I can sell a lot of this stuff in the future, I can keep going a little bit better on my gear. I'm going to be kind of crafting. Like if Ben crafted 100% the top, I'm probably not the middle, but shooting for like 75%-ish. So I will keep you guys posted. Probably my next video or update to this video will probably be when I'm done. So anyway, I'll tell you what happens then. Figured I'd give another update here to my progress with my new build. A lot has happened, I suppose. I mean, I'm getting close to being finished. I've got my gloves on, and I'm just missing an enhanced support here. Boots, all the gems in it. My body armor with all the gems. I bought the original Sin, man. That was a big buy. 125 divine. I got so lucky with this scepter right here. Some guy put this up for sale today for 20 divine, and it's like perfect. It's like ready to go. In fact, the reason why I'll explain why this is such a good deal. So this is +1 spell skills, +1 physical spell skills, and it's like all done up. It already has the 10% chance to deal double damage. It's a synthesized implicit. It has the quality 30. It has global crit strike multiplier, increased cast speed, increased spell damage. So really good, right? This is the one I've been crafting tonight with my buddy, my buddies, plural. I bought this base with the spells have the 10% chance to deal double damage. It happens to have burning damage. I didn't need that. I rolled 1,000 deafening essences of woe. That's 26 divine, and did not hit +1 level to all spell skills. My buddy said that he ran a calculator, a simulator. There's a website that simulates, and he said that at one point he hit +1 within 15 tries, and another time 4,000 hits went by with nothing. So I decided to go with the Shrieking version, which is a lot cheaper. It's about a third the price, and was able to finally hit it after I think 400 more Shrieking Essence of Woes. Was able to do all the crazy stuff with cannot reroll or cannot roll caster modifiers, and then annulling, and got it down to just the spell damage and the +1 all spell skills. And then man, I'm trying to remember what I did next. Yeah, I did. Oh, I did horticulture, the harvest crafting to add the +1 level to all physical spell skills, and then I did, and that's so that was another 5 divine right there, and is multiple divines, doing crafted modifiers and prefix stuff and all this. I think I spent probably 6 divine, maybe 8 divine at the crafting bench just doing all these other things to make it all work right, and then it was 5 divine worth of materials, or 6 divine maybe, to do the harvest craft, and then I finally did another 5 divine worth of crafting to do this critical strike multiplier thing on it, and I think I can still go with more stuff. My buddy had to go to bed, but yeah, this cost me, I'm probably in the ballpark of 35 to 40 divine so far on this scepter that I crafted myself. So when you look at this and you look at this, I mean, this is really good, and this was 20 divine, so I'm very happy with this. I think I had my helm done. I mentioned that before. My amulet's done, so I really just need an enhanced support. I'm also cheaping out, having an enlightened support here, level 3 instead of level 4, which he wanted level 4, and I have an enlightened support somewhere else, maybe here. I'm having a hard time remembering where it was. Well, there was only so many places, right? So, oh, right here. So this is only a level 2, and I'm still leveling it up. This is like one I actually found from Toda or something. It was a level 1. So, yeah, getting there. I need a belt. I need a second ring. I need a cluster jewel, but I have most of the stuff I need. I have some of the jewels here ready to go. Melding of the flesh, rational. This was like 22 divine. I think I already talked about that. This is not the right Watcher's Eye, but at least it'll give me some suppress for now until I get what I need. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good, and I just need to finish. I need to finish tattooing. That's going to be a lot more money, but the big thing is, I mean, I had 300 divine earlier today. I'm down to 15 divine and 760 chaos, and I'm going to be shopping for some more artist cards. Level 4 enhance is selling for 7 divine right now, and it's a lot cheaper to just buy artist cards. So, yeah, I'm going to be buying those up, so I'll finish my enhance, and then I need to sell some stuff. I have a Nimitz ring, 14 divine. I literally bought the cards today just to make some profit, a couple divine, because I'm trying to generate some currency. Have a lot of things for sale that are worth a pretty good chunk of change. And look at all these bottled face down here. Those are definitely worth like probably 20 divine just there. And I have some nurse cards that I was putting together from patients, trying to make some money off of these too. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. I said last time I wasn't going to give you an update until I'm ready, like until it's done, and I lied because here I am again. But I think now I'll probably come back when I'm done. So see you guys soon. All right, so since last time I talked to you guys, I pretty much got this build dialed in so that it's serviceable. There's still a checklist of things I need to do to make it like perfect, but a lot of those are getting really expensive. So I want to show you guys, this is Uber Shaper, and this is with Maven Witness. Let's see how it goes.
My excitement is overwhelming. Life is so brutal. Be healed and fight on. Amount of my might. Life is so brutal.
All right, first phase is over. So this is the part of the build that's not great. I don't have any movement speed stuff, so this part's pretty annoying for me.
I'm not up to that just yet. My mana is gone.
All right, back to, oh, gotta get the little orb.
Let me help you.
Mortal flesh is so fallible.
Takes Shaper Slam like nothing.
Amount of my might. Take this fantastic. Storm and might. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Take this fantastic.
Tanky.
Let's find a way back.
Oops. Wrong way.
Memories are mine. I cannot
They lie to you, Father. I'm your true memory.
Amount of my might.
Okay, time for Uber Shaper to die.
embrace my place.
Mortal flesh is so fallible. Amount of my might.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Later, dude. Easy. But not really any good drops here. Alright, just throwing a little outro on this video, because I didn't really know exactly where it was going to go when I started the video. I really love this build, and the footage you just saw of me fighting Uber Shaper, that was literally 2 weeks ago, and watching it back, I was just like, wow. For instance, my Hatred was almost deactivated the entire fight, which gives me, I forgot what it is, like 30% more damage. And then on top of that, during that fight, my gear was pretty scuffed. It worked, right? You just saw me beat him, and I was just standing in all of his damaging abilities like it wasn't a big deal. But that being said, my damage on my character now is I think I'm probably 50% more damage, maybe 100% more. Probably, probably 100% more damage because I changed my large cluster jewel. I got an onslaught ring. There's just a slew of things, but I just want to tell you that Uber Shaper fight you just saw me do was like the absolute minimum, and it was still great. My guys, there's a lot better things you can do, and I didn't go over like every piece of gear here at the end, but I showed you that it was working. And what I want to do is in my next video, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, I'm going to go through all of my gear that I'm wearing right now. I will talk about every piece and how important it was and the things that you don't need to do that Ben did do, that you can spend less on. There's little tips and tricks that I learned that he literally doesn't even do at all. That if you don't have mirrors to spend, you can just take this shortcut and it gets you like 99% of what he had for 99% less. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys are interested in playing this build. I know this is maybe kind of a weird video, like, oh, this guy's just talking to the camera forever. But if you think that the build looked cool and you're interested in maybe trying this build out, especially if tattoos stay in the game next season, this could be I think this might be the best bossing build in the game. Obviously, there's some bossing builds that are for Eater, Uber Eater, where like you put, I don't even know what it is, but you're throwing like mines and other things, and it's for bosses that spawn in and don't have phases, right? So those are like one hit builds. This is a tanky build. It does really good damage, and I'll get more into the rest of the build in the next video. So sorry for blabbing so much. I know it's kind of a long video, but I just feel like if you were like me and you wanted to do this build, the more content you get, the better, because it's a complicated build. It's expensive. You want to be dedicated to it, and I just want to, I've said this like 5 times, I just want to reiterate that this build is great. It's probably one of the best builds in the game, and if you're going down this rabbit hole that I did, you need more data and information from someone like me than what you got from Ben or Dreamcore. So hope it helps, and see you in the next one.